Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Thursday's live Kriegsspiel game featuring the Napoleonic Wars Peninsula Campaign Battle of Vitoria, fought in Spain between the Allied army of Britain, Spain, and Portugal versus. Hold on, is this? Sorry, I'm checking my. I'm not seeing a screen on my thing yet. Hold on. Display primary monitor. Should be right. Okay, there you go. I had to make sure the screen was working. Um, yep. So Allied army versus the French under Napoleon's brother Joseph Bonaparte, but leading our battle today is his chief of staff Jourdan. And I am here already, ready to go with Lord Wellington himself, commander of the Allied army, and I'm here for your orders. It is 10:20 in the morning. Your men have been marching since the early dawn and heading towards the town of Vitoria. What are your orders?
Let's see. All right. We're gonna have the column continue down the road towards we're gonna go basically looking at this, trying to find where the crossings are. We're basically just gonna go uh straight east.
Okay.
So we're gonna go along the roads, and we're gonna try to find a crossing. Um, does that make sense?
It does. All right. So you're just heading straight east on the roads.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. All right, General Cole. It is 10:20 in the morning. Your men have been on the march since early dawn, according to Wellington's plan. What are your orders?
I think there's a hill just southeast of me. I want to put the guns, one squadron of light cavalry, and myself on that hill, and everybody else is going to follow us.
All right, the hill due south of you. You want to be on?
I thought it was southeast of me,
Yeah.
looking at the map that I have.
Okay. So
Uh,
you the guns, and then
there,
everyone
there's a,
everyone else is doing what? They're just following, or
but I want him behind the crest of the hill,
I got it.
preferably. Team British Navy.
All the guns, or just the battery?
All the guns. All the horse artillery. The foot battery can stay with the infantry. That should is too slow.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. All right, General Graham. It is 10:20 in the morning. You men have been marching particularly long because you had the furthest to go from Kip, making a big flanking march on the French position. What are your orders? Portal, you there? You muted? You got about 20 seconds. I'm going to assume you're just going to march south, but it would be helpful to know. Yep, okay, gotta go. Alright, General. Oh, you changed your name to Hill, thank you. Let me get rid of Ramsey to make my life easy. Let me. I'm going to throw your channel into archive as well, and I'm going to add you to Hill. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right. So now you're in Hill's channel, so you can actually see who you command. Sorry about that. So you are split into two groups. One coming from the southwest up to the Puebla ridge line, and the other, the one that you're with, coming from the west. What are your orders?
Just great. Just 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 great. Just head full speed ahead. The northern unit will follow the road. That is a road, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no. Full speed ahead. Cavalry obviously is going to go ahead of everybody else along with the cavalry artillery.
Thank you.
And I'll stay with the infantry, because I'm mixed in there.
Got it. Thank you. All right. I don't think. Did that cavalry back off?
Yeah, they were just there to scout, so I'm assuming they would
Yep. Okay.
not stick around.
So no combat. Lots of sightings, which is fine. So we'll do 1040 now.
These guys should probably move.
Let's see.
Remind me, what is the conventional distance for screenshots?
One-ish miles.
Okay. With terrain.
Yeah, with fitting to the
Terrain
terrain.
variation.
I hate this map's not very high definition. Doesn't look very good zoomed in.
Oh, it does not.
Alright, we're doing Wellington took over. Hills down here.
After this is Poitiers.
Yeah. Let's see. Colgram, Wellington. Alright, I think I got everyone. I'm going down to the British. I did that backwards. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, General Hill, you are moving forward with your column. Your lead light hussars are about to reach the stream. And you see enemy chasseurs on the opposite bank of the stream watching you. What are your orders? You there?
Wow. Okay, yeah, they're waiting on me. The dragoons have the range on them, right? Is that's like fair to say?
These dragoons don't have guns on them. They're more like medium cavalry.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Well, I'll definitely ride up that horse artillery and set them up.
Like right
Uh,
right on the bank or where they're at or.
no, right on the bank.
All right.
And we're just going to be in a staring contest, I guess, and just keep marching the men up and bring up the other cavalry.
Okay. Do you want them to form in a line or stay on the road?
No, form in a line, counter charge if charged. Otherwise, just keep eyes on the enemy and set up artillery.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. All right. Is it working now?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you are moving down, kind of crossing over a mountain valley. But anyway, heading down the slope, and you run into some enemy chasseurs directly in front of you, and not too further south, less than a mile away on the next ridge over, you see enemy artillery and more cavalry on the ridge.
We'll hold position for now then. Maybe engage them if they attack us, but nothing too hasty here.
Just hold.
Yep.
Okay, you got it. All right, General Cole, you move up to the next mountain edge with some light cavalry and Ramsey's troop horse battery. The rest of the horse batteries had to get from behind the line. They're still coming up. But across the valley on the opposite ridge, you can see enemy cavalry and some artillery. And you spot what looks like Jourdan himself and Derlon.
Sneaky jerk. I will deploy the rest of the horse artillery on the hill.
Okay.
I will keep the rest of my cavalry immediately behind the guns with orders to countercharge any French that make it to my side of this stream.
Okay.
Everyone else is to continue moving up. The infantry will deploy on the reverse slope. I don't think they make it this turn, but I would like the foot artillery battery to join the horse artillery on the hill eventually.
And I assume the artillery is firing.
Yes, attack your closest target.
Got it.
Whatever he thinks is the easiest thing to hit, shoot that thing.
All right, thank you. All right, Lord Wellington, your men are marching down through a valley eastward. You've just passed over a small stream, coming up on another, and up on the hill to your east, you can see some enemy cavalry and some guns. The cavalry no doubt spotted you as well.
Right. We will press forward for now. Be ready to deploy for battle. If the enemy brings up infantry, we will do that.
Okay. Got it, thank you. Have there been any dispatches yet, Leaf?
Yes, Cole is sending one, so I'm gonna give it the turn after this one, right? The turn after
Yeah, if you just sent one.
10:55.
Let's see, is there any other artillery? Oh yeah, this one over here. Yeah, so Cole, if he sent one on 10:40, it won't arrive till 11:20. It's got a little bit of time. What is holding Kermit up so long?
So not really a good view.
Understood. Okay. I hold on. Let me. So I'm going to countermand the orders I gave previously, and I'm going to focus the defensive line along the southern ridge. So I need the guys I sent north to hold the central crossings, and I want them to move up into the. Or actually, sorry, no, same ridge, but in the center. And then the guys who are currently in the south of my line, I want them to shift a little further south.
A little further south. Can you be more specific?
So basically, the north end of my line should be at the no further north than the crossroads, where the three roads. Or I guess it's not a crossroads. It's like a. Can't read. Hold on, let me pull up the actual map. Sorry, one moment.
James, are you waiting on me?
Yeah.
They can just shift like south to double up on where where my center is currently, so they can just double up on that location. That's fine. Like my guys can just march and back to where they were, and then get in line with the guys who didn't move. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
I hope so.
If it doesn't, then shame on me. I should have been more clear. My cavalry should continue scouting them out and not getting engaged.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Taking forever on his orders. All right. I already did all the combat, I think, so
I saw.
I think we're
Probably
good.
good.
All right, then we're ready to do 10:11. Let's see. Yep. Oops. All right, let's see. What's that gonna look like? I looked at your screenshots; they looked good.
Hope so.
I just did that for the wrong person. Hate it when I do that.
I did that last turn. I don't think they noticed.
Secret intel.
It's 20 minutes per turn.
Yeah. All right, Leaf. Cole and Wellington are close enough together that they will only have a one-turn delay.
The first French dispatch. I will send Cole's dispatch next turn.
All right, we're ready to give reports.
Yeah, I just did my last screenshot. Going down. Alright, Lieutenant General Hill, you bring your artillery up. Takes a couple minutes for them to get into position and unlimber and fire, and pretty much as soon as they do, the enemy cavalry turns and bolts, clearing the way. You also, in the far distance, about a mile east, can see your Spanish troops cresting over the hill and marching northward as well.
Okay, I'll have that artillery limber back up and get the cavalry moving, and they are to follow after the enemy cavalry. The infantry are to continue treadle along the road. I'll send the courier over to the Spaniards, and they'll just follow the road the enemy trek off on. Basically a game of cat and mouse.
A little bit. Alright, thank you. Alright, General Graham. You halt your line. The enemy cannon on the ridge begin firing at you explosively, and fortunately their shots fire true, hitting many of your dragoons, causing a lot of death and bloodshed amongst them.
I see. Bring up the artillery. We're gonna start counter-firing them.
Okay. Do you want them to deploy like where your front is at the moment?
Yeah, that would be a good place. Wherever they can get a shot at them from.
Okay. Alright, you got it.
Great.
Alright, General Cole. So, some of your batteries have begun firing on the enemy position. Some finding their marks and killing a few. Their batteries are firing, but not at you. So they seem to be firing on Wellington, who you can now see to the south, marching east. Your division is arriving and deploying behind the slope as you ordered, and the foot artillery is about to get in to join you.
Fantastic. Hypothetically, if there were infantry along the stream bank southeast of my guns, could my artillery fire over them?
Yeah.
Okay, so for now, no further orders. I want to deploy the guns and keep shooty, and I will have interesting things to do in 20 to 60 minutes.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to be AFK for 10. I'm sorry, for 10. Yeah, maybe for 10. I'm sorry, I missed something.
Okay. All right, Lord Wellington, you continue eastward, crossing over another stream and approaching the next. As you do, you come under artillery fire from the east. The French guns on the ridge are firing down upon you, some of them hitting the members of the Light Brigade in front of you. You can see and hear artillery fire of your own guns under Cole to your north on that hill up there. And they're bombarding the French position on the ridge to your east.
Okay. I'd like to send my cavalry across and get infantry to the other side. And bring up my guns.
Okay. What's the cavalry and infantry doing once they cross?
They're they're just going to secure a bridgehead for right now. Wait for the enemy to counterattack. Yeah.
All right. Did I do everyone? I did do everyone.
Cavalry, but I'll go ahead of my cavalry, and just make sure the cavalry follow afterwards if I can get to Kazan in one turn.
My orders, I want the guns to limber up and start heading to Vitoria. And the cavalry will stay here until the guns are limbered, and then the cavalry will screen the rear of the column as we head back to the city, and I'll be with the column as we withdraw.
Splendid.
And I also sent a dispatch as well, just to make sure it's processed. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
James.
Just listening. Alright, I didn't want to do combat this time because I didn't know if people were moving or not.
These damn Frenchies taking forever with their orders.
Yeah, no, what's up? Alright, they're moving. Let me roll for some artillery fire on them as they leave. So, no, okay, they're fine. What about up here? Are they holding this ridge? Can I roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
Nothing. Okay. Where else? I think that's it. Mostly quiet still. Alright, we're into 11:20 now. Oh, I've been forgetting to describe the artillery fire to everyone so that they can hear.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie, I know. It is a rookie mistake.
Wrong time, like a rookie.
Excuse me. Whew. Alright. I think I did all those screenshots. Yep, going down. Actually, I'll come back to you. Alright, Lord Wellington. Your men move swiftly across the ford and quickly establish a bridgehead on the opposite bank. Fortunately for you, or unfortunately, depending on how you see it, the enemy retreats and disappears over the ridge, heading east, even as you complete this action. So you are safe, but there's no enemy to fight anymore, as far as you can see.
Okay.
What are your orders?
Okay. We're going to continue towards Vitoria. Yeah.
East?
I will be some. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
I will be
you.
sending some dispatches.
Got it. Towing rows. What does that mean?
Oh, so the British Grenadiers are the tow rows. No one knows what it means, but that's like their slang.
Okay. So all your guns are brought to bear and begin to fire on the French. But even as they do, the French fall back eastward and disappear from behind the ridge. No longer in sight. You can see to the south that Wellington has crossed the stream and kind of formed into line, but proved unnecessary.
Okay. The cavalry will advance straight east, just to the east bank of the stream.
Okay.
The infantry will follow them, and the cannons will not move. I would like to accompany my cavalry, but I'm not looking to get into any fistfights.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
General Graham, one of your batteries is brought up the road. Your soldiers have moved to the side to make room. Brought up and began firing on the enemy batteries, trading fire. Luckily, most of the enemy shots missed this time, less effective. But you can see new cavalry arriving from the south.
Well, let's bring up that other piece of artillery and begin to bring up. Oh, I forget what I named my squadrons. Bring up the Spanish to form to the right of the artillery.
Okay.
That's it.
Got it. Thank you. All right, General Hill. The enemy cavalry continues to flee from before you. You ride up a little bit with your cavalry and catch up to the Spanish soldiers who've gotten a little bit spread out as they passed over the steep hill to the south. Yeah. What are your orders?
Okay, yeah, no, the cavalry's just to continue around them and chase the cavalry down.
You want to stay with the cavalry?
No, I'll switch over, be with the Spaniards.
Okay, just keep heading along that road.
Yep, chase them down. And obviously the horse artillery is to catch up with the cavalry.
Okay.
When they're able. Actually, you know what? I will stay with the cavalry on second thought because I need to see what's going on.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
How'd you beat me this time?
I did also start before you.
Oh, cheating. Alright, combat is... Oh, there's just this up here.
Yep, artillery duel.
And they're kind of on a hill. I didn't take that into account. Alright. On a hill, not far away, so that's 2, that's 3.
Over the hills and far away.
Let's see, that's just -1, so 5 and 2. Got it. Alright, I'm done. This
Oh, wait.
is easy. Alright, so 1140. Let's see, what would he see?
The guys in the south are just setting up, so they haven't fired yet. I just forgot to move them.
Okay.
That is not a good formation. I'm gonna change that. Much better. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh, damn, these guys move up.
time for the big battle.
So Wellington has 3 dispatchers. I'm gonna deliver them now.
The French are about to discover the wagon train.
Let's see, Graham. Alright. Here you go. Alright. I keep forgetting to tell you about the artillery fire you're hearing. So you did hear some to the south earlier, but that has stopped. Now the only artillery fire you hear is coming from the northeast, a couple miles away. You move east, form back into column, and as you're cresting the ridge of the hill, you see a whole lot of nada. The cavalry have fled. There's no sign of them. You can see all the way to the next ridge line. You can see Cole's column also advancing eastward, just on the other side of the little mountain hill where you're at. And that's it. What are your orders?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'd like to continue crossing towards whatever that A is. This map is very difficult to read.
Yeah, it is. I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, and I'd like to send my cavalry south to try to find Hill.
Okay. South to find Hill, got it. Alright, thank you. Cole. Alright, so I've been remiss in not describing the sounds of artillery fire for you. So earlier, like hour ago, not quite an hour, you heard some fire to the south. That has ceased. It wasn't. There's like a couple shots, and that was it. But you can, and actually you can see it now. You can see French guns firing to the northeast on that ridge over there. And though you cannot see it, you can hear other guns further north of that replying, which is probably where Graham's at. As you crest over the hill, you can see some French cavalry in the distance to the northeast. At the moment, they're not moving, and they're not facing towards you. And you can see Wellington's group also heading eastward on the other side of the little mountain that you're on.
Okay. I'm going to struggle to describe this with words, but do you see the four-pointed crossroads just east of the stream in my screenshot,
Yep.
south of the French cavalry?
I do.
I'd like the infantry and guns to continue along the road to that crossroads. Is the stream fordable?
It's fordable wherever the road meets it.
I see. So my cavalry would have to cross there.
Yes.
Okay, so then the only revision I'll make is the cavalry are going to do the same thing. The cavalry want to go to that crossroads and then immediately deploy into a 2x2 box and go north at those French squadrons.
Okay. Are you with the cavalry, or where are you at?
No, I'm going to heroically accompany the head of my infantry column.
Okay. Very heroic.
I want to die.
And the artillery is coming or staying where it's at.
Come in with us. Come in with us, please. If the horse artillery can squeeze, yeah, they'll be at the back. It's fine. Wherever they fit is fine.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Thank
All right, General Graham. Your other battery unlimbers and begins trading fire as well with the French. You managed to hit one of the French caissons and destroy it. The Spanish are moving up, starting to get almost in position to deploy on your right as ordered, and that's about it.
Okay. Just continue previous orders.
Okay, so Spanish go just on the right of your yep, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, General Hill. You continue eastward, catching up with your cavalry. As you crest over the ridge, you can see across the valley on the next ridge, the enemy is set up and prepared, waiting for you. You can see guns and infantry and cavalry. And it looks like the colors of Real, I forget how you pronounce his name. Anyway, what are your orders?
I will have my cavalry continue down to the south, and they will set up along with the artillery. Everybody is permitted to open fire, and I want them to focus on their cavalry. The Spanish line will form up on me right here at the riverbank. And my other line with the red coats are to form up to the north. I want the red coats as the most south unit and the Portuguese as the most northern unit with the two artillery in between them.
Okay, thank you.
Area there?
High what?
Is that also like elevated, like that white area that I'm pointing my hussars to?
I don't think so. I think that's just the road.
That's not elevated. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So what's gonna happen is I will pull my hussars down south, and I'm gonna order those units that I circled there that was used to be against the river to let's see. In that case, I think they will not cross the river. They will instead form up on the river facing left.
Okay.
In that case, no, ignore what the arrow. Just have them stay facing left on the river.
Gotcha. But you want the hussars to move south, and you also want your right wing to move south.
I want my hussars to move south to just be on the eastern bank of the first river line, and for my infantry to stay on the second river line. And I will bring the rest of my infantry to the east, back to a more centralized position, but still stay on the heights.
Gotcha.
And I will move myself further west on the ridge, just to get a better view out west.
West. Okay. I just moved you east. Okay.
Yeah, move myself west a little
Left
bit.
and right. All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
I rolled really low for everyone, so like nothing happened. But
Splendid.
well, a little bit of cavalry stuff there, but anyway. I think the combat's done. So.
Did you take care of the south?
I did.
Okay. Yeah.
They.
Oh, nobody hit anything?
No.
What about these guys?
Oh, I missed them. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I rolled ones and twos across the board, so. Yep, there's another 2. So they're missighted or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
11. All right, so we're at noon. Let's see, Graham.
Oh my god, and I forgot to move the wagon train. How are we doing that?
Did they order them to move?
Yep, Jordan did.
Just start having them. Have them move it like half a mile, and turn. Just start heading them move east.
Yep. Easter, they ordered north.
Oh, whatever direction it's. Despite the graininess of the map, I do like the terrain of it, like tons of hills and rivers and roads. It's a fun map.
Forgot to move Jordan.
Oops.
Kind of important guy.
Just a little bit. When he saw the bunch of wagons, what did he say? Did he say anything funny?
Yes, he did. He said, should have ordered them to move. Assumptions being the mother of all fuck-ups.
Oh, I did everyone. Alright, I'm going.
Yep.
Let's see. Alright, Lord Wellington. You continue to hear artillery fire to your north and south now. New sounds to the south, far in the distance, echoing down the valleys. You can also see Cole's cavalry are engaged in a pretty heavy skirmish to the north, a little bit less than a mile away. There's a hill or a small ridge in front of you, kind of blocking your vision. But your cavalry has sped off, heading south in search of hill as ordered. And what are your orders?
Okay. Let's see. I'd like to continue to crest this hill, and see if we can get across the stream on the other side of it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, General Cole. So, your cavalry splash across the stream and then turn northward. They form up and then head north. The French cavalry heads south, and there is a great clash. Bit hard to see from where you're at. How's it going? But you see you got a lot more numbers than they do, with several in reserve. But also, as you go east, you catch glimpses of enemy infantry and artillery awaiting you to the east across the stream. You still hear artillery fire to the north and new sounds of fire far, far to the south. What are your orders?
Unfortunate. I would like to get the bottom right squadron of my cavalry. I think that says dragoons. Might say heavy. I can't quite read it. I don't think it's the
It's
lifeguards.
the Dragoons Brigade, yep, bottom right.
Okay. I would like the dragoons brigade and the lifeguards to go just slightly southeast, cross the river there, and charge towards those French guns on the hill from the rear.
Ooh,
The Portuguese.
that's mean.
Huh? Yeah, well, the infantry are going to cross the river and begin. I can't cross the river where those French guns are, right? There's no crossing there.
There is, yeah, right to the southwest of those guns, there's a crossing. With, yeah.
Okay, this is going to hurt a lot. The infantry is going to cross the river and advance northeast behind the dragoons. The artillery will cross the stream and deploy to fire counter battery at the French guns. I don't think they're going to make it this turn, but that's the order. Cav go guns, infantry follow cav, artillery cross deploy counter battery.
Got it.
I'm going to stay with the, I don't know. Screw it, I'm going with the lifeguards.
Bold.
Well, I can go to sleep if I tie.
The ultimate reward. Okay, thank you. General Graham. Both batteries continue trading fire, mostly missing on both sides. The Spanish continue to deploy on your right, and everyone else is waiting.
Why don't I have the 5th form on the left?
Okay, the 5th Portuguese. Alright, form on the left.
And the 1st can just stay in reserve for now.
Got it, thank you. Alright, General Hill. Your guns begin to arrive and unlimber and start firing. Of course, the enemy is already ready, so they were firing on you even as you were unlimbering. Luckily, most of their shots miss. You are fortunate in that regard. The gods have blessed you. The Spanish have deployed in line behind the guns and cavalry, and the Portuguese are arriving now, moving to deploy to the north. And what are your orders?
No, okay. those Portuguese are to line up behind the Spaniards,
Okay.
and they're going to be their reserve. I meant the other Portuguese coming with the red coats.
Oh, okay.
So the red coats are to go north, and then the other Portuguese are the most northern unit in between them and the other artillery. As for my cavalry, both cavalry are to charge at the lone cavalry that moved off on its own, apparently.
The one to the north?
To the south. The one that's already been hit before by our artillery.
Okay. Charge at it.
Yep.
Alright.
Try and get them in a pincher maneuver, and then continue down the line.
Okay.
Other than that, just continue forming up.
Got it. Thank you.
And my infantry battalions, I assume they're taking some near misses. I want them to find positions slightly back where they could move up if the enemy moves across the river, but otherwise, sort of steer clear of the artillery duel.
Gotcha.
Same goes for the cavalry. Basically, don't be out in the open just waiting to get shot at.
That's the best part.
For the British gunners, maybe.
Any orders?
Okay, I got my orders here. The Hussars will withdraw east, and my dragoons will back them up. If the enemy attempts to pursue, the dragoons will countercharge. I will withdraw the horse artillery off the hill and behind the river to the rest of my line. The infantry and artillery that is already at the river will shift the line southwards, so it faces both enemy columns incoming from the west. And the remainder of my infantry will get off the hill westwards as quickly as possible. Last question: what are those three things that I don't recognize? They're not my men. Are they carts or?
Yeah, they're supply wagons.
Are they like the treasure that we need to get out, or are they just our supply wagons?
I think they're just supply wagons.
Okay, that's fine. Just move them with the men.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. And myself. Wait, yeah.
Where are you
of
going?
course, myself. I will. I will stay on this hill for now, unless the enemy comes at me. I guess I'll just stay with my dragoons for now.
Okay. Alright, we need to talk about order of operations for this. So, did he order his cavalry to go southwest on its own before?
No, he ordered it to cover the withdrawal of the horse artillery.
So he ordered a withdrawal before he saw them coming?
Correct.
Okay. So then they would have gotten across.
Yeah.
And then they would have slammed into them. And then the guns.
These guys would have gone north.
Would they have gone north to escape?
Probably.
Or would they have waited moving south? I don't know. What would you do? I guess I'd go away. We have them go that way. Right.
Run away.
Wait, what happened to the disruptions on these guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that was weird. One was a 3, one was a...
I was about to say, I thought those guys were not doing good.
Okay, so we'll...
Move them a little.
No, that's fine. You can leave them where they were.
Yeah. Well, he did want to move in this way, so.
Yeah. There. Okay, so we got artillery shooting on the flanks of infantry, so that's going to be pretty effective. So it's... we'll spread it out. Okay, then we got a giant cavalry battle here. So that's 3, that's 2, actually went better for the British than it should have. Okay. Then, are these even in range? What's that range? Oh, yeah. Let me get some smoke.
Oak.
So they can, at least they can help fire into the flanks. Yeah, so raise that up. And then these guys would be shooting. They're not going to be dumb, so they're going to be shooting as they're approaching. And these would too.
Not dumb.
And I'm guessing they're going to shoot back, so...
We might want to extend how long it takes for the wagons to move.
Yeah. If you want to run the southern combat, well,
I'm still moving stuff around.
oh, okay. Well, actually, I just finished the north, so I guess I'll do.
Okay, well, wonderful. Oh my god, I never got Chaubert's orders, I don't think.
Oh,
Damn it.
Go do it. Oops.
Alright, we're good.
Okay.
Riley kind of wanted to... He wanted to do some weird, like, pre-sighting thing with the crossing here, but I still that probably wasn't going to help him.
2, 3. Should have gone back to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wow. That sucks for the French. Okay. I think that's all the combat. Alright,
I think so as well.
12:20.
Did you put some smoke down?
Where?
Well, did you put any smoke down? I thought you said you were going to put smoke down.
I did not fog smoke because I don't think it'd show up as much. I just the little token smoke.
Gotcha. Yep, we're good.
Let's see. Oops. Hill. Still gotta do hill. Alright, I'm gonna go get updates. Alright, General Wellington. So you move east over the next ridge, and as you do, you find the enemy just on the opposite bank waiting. And so your 7th Division, 2nd Brigade comes under heavy fire as they approach the ford. To the north, you can see Cole. His cavalry is heavily engaged in a cavalry battle, and his enemy artillery is firing on him. You can see more French to the southeast or south-southeast, and you can hear artillery fire both north and south far in the distance. What are your orders?
All right, we'll deploy to fight it out on this line. Bring the guns up. Bring infantry to press each one of the fords. That kind of thing.
Okay, so just deploy pretty close range at the bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Just one long line or reserves? How do you want that?
Just with reserves, just focus on where the fords are.
Oh, you're at one now. There's one to the north and one south. Which fords are you referring to?
Focus on the one we're at now and the one to the north. So.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Alright, General Cole. Your master evil plan did not work quite so well. The enemy cavalry, even as you approached from the bottom of the hill, you could see the enemy guns were limbering up, and the cavalry moving south to intercept you. You fight a terrific battle with their cavalry. Luckily, the infantry was close at hand and supported you, the light division. You can also see that your other cavalry, the Portuguese and the light brigade, have been broken from their fight, but the enemy's fallen back as well.
Are the French cavalry on the left side of my screenshot the same cavalry that broke the light and the Portuguese, or are they different?
Let me look at your screenshot. The French.
On the French side, it's the 3 2nd Dragoons and the 2 First Dragoons.
Those are different. Not the same.
So the cav that the light and the Portuguese were facing, did I see what happened to them?
They disappeared somewhere to the north.
Did they break?
Yes, maybe. Hard to tell.
Okay. Stupid gonna get myself killed orders. The Portuguese division is going to face east so that they can fire at any French that come across that crossing. The 3 brigades behind them, the light 4th Division 2nd Brigade and 4th Division 1st Brigade are all going to go north and try to get around that flank of the cavalry scrum. I'm going to stay with the lifeguards and scream obscenities. The artillery should form up and commence firing at targets of opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, General Graham. The enemy on the ridge has mostly disappeared. You saw the cavalry go south, disappearing over the ridge. The artillery you can see them on the ridge still heading eastward. You can see other cavalry, mostly broken, actually heading north towards you, but they're starting to turn right and head east. Some of your Spanish soldiers are shooting at him. What are your orders?
Well, I'll wait until the line gets good and ready, and order the far right to advance a little further, clear out those woods.
Okay, so far right advance.
Yep.
What was the other orders?
If they try running away to move up.
Okay. Who? Just your whole everything?
Yep.
Okay. All right, General Hill. So the artillery continues to trade fire. Yours is mostly targeting the enemy cavalry, though. It looks like your cavalry charge went pretty well. They've overwhelmed that one squadron who was caught unprepared. Your infantry is moving to deploy as ordered. What orders do you have?
I will continue bringing up my other artillery to form up with what's already here, form a grand battery.
Okay.
The red coats are to start lining up where they already are, in line with the Spaniards, while the Portuguese come in as to their rear as reserve.
Okay.
And, I'll just send a runner or a courier to the cavalry, take out that unit, and remain in their rear and only charge in when they find a good opportunity to.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
The goal that's there.
Gotcha. That's it.
Super. So Gazana said that Hill's column has halted trading fire with him.
Breaks.
Sorry, I'm not helping as much with the combat, James.
No, you're fine. I'd ask you if I needed it, but these guys are they're not gonna stay. Question is, yeah, they break. Would they get chased, or would they just be happy to stop them?
Who? These
this
guys?
cavalry, yeah.
Ooh, that was not specified.
Because they got 4 there. I mean,
I don't think they would be chased.
Okay, we'll just show them going
They-
across doing that number or something. Okay. Artillery. Artillery firing back. Is there artillery? These two, are they focusing on artillery as well, or are they focusing something else?
Where?
These
Here?
French guns, did he specify?
Infantry, if possible.
We'll do that.
Are they in range?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Okay, that's done. Let's see. Oh, we got the big battle here.
Yeah, is this 5? What's artillery range?
Up to a mile, so that can,
Oh, up to a mile. Damn.
yeah, so that can hit. Those both can. Let's see. So that we'll just roll. So those guys hitting him on the flank, quite effective.
So Cole wrote a dispatch to Graham and Wellington. Since Wellington has a 1-turn delay instead of 2, I'm gonna send it to Wellington first instead of Graham, right?
Cole sent a dispatch to Wellington and Graham, right? They're both close enough. It's just a 1 turn for each. Actually, Cole and Graham
Okay.
are co-located now, but so they're about to be.
James, do you want me to slow down the wagon train because it's like
Yeah, slow it down a little bit. Make it fun.
it's like we might be over pretty soon.
Well, it's not about the wagon train. That was just kind of extra flavor, fun.
Just one's getting reversed a bit. We'll say that the ground has gotten a little wet, something like that. There was a wagon got overturned. There we go.
And then they started going for the gold.
You want help with combat, or you got it?
I'm almost done.
If you're done with the south, I'll start doing screenshots.
Yeah.
Get a leg up on my complex French orders.
I did it.
Who did it?
I did the fighting. Okay, all done.
Oh.
So we are 1240. Making pretty good team job for just 2.5 umpires. Alright, Wellington. We'll put him on the hill.
Yeah, he's over here.
Yeah, you finally have people co-located.
How nice for you. Wait, hold on. That is a dangerously close conference.
Yeah, well.
Yep, well. Wise words.
Last one.
All right, we're all good for updates.
Yep. Did I gave the wrong thing to the wrong guy again.
Come on, James. You're making me look good here.
Rookie move. Image. That should be for Cole and Graham, not for Hill. The dispatch is going alright, Leaf?
I'm doing it now.
What's that?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking in on you, making sure you're alright. 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 General Wellington. there is the cacophony of battle all around you. Your men quickly march up to the front banks and begin exchanging close-range fire with the French across the stream. To the north, you can see Cole's guns have unlimbered and are firing, trading fire with the French guns. Just a general fight all along the line. A lot of gun smoke. Hard to see the fight. It looks pretty, actually fairly even. Your rightmost wing, the southernmost brigade, is taking enfilade fire from French artillery far to the south. That's proving particularly effective and deadly. Otherwise, yeah, everyone's mostly okay.
Okay. I think I'm gonna ride north to meet with Graham.
Okay. Any orders for your men as you go?
No. Just keep up the pressure.
Got it. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, you are co-located as you both give orders to attack, and as you cross over the ridge, you see each other's armies and find the French have fled east. So you're now on the top of this hill ridge, which gives you a pretty good view of the battle going around you. Graham's division is marching south, some of them in line. Cole's division is kind of all over the place, some moving north, some attacking east. To the south, you can see Wellington's division is fighting at the banks. What are your orders?
I can go first if you want to.
Go for it.
Sure. So all of my cav is going to rest.
Okay.
The 2 infantry that I have inadvertently charging portal are going to march to join their compatriots at the river crossing at the north end of the French line.
Okay.
And the 5th battalion there will also move over to stack on that crossing for later.
The 5th.
The guns are going to keep shooting.
Which one's
Sorry, it's not a 5th battalion. I can't read the number. They're immediately north of my line of guns.
Okay. You want them at the crossing as well?
Yeah, like with all 5 infantry battalions there at the crossing. Rest
Got
of
it.
cavalry, guns keep shooting. I'm going to stay right here. This is a great spot.
It is a nice spot. All right. Graham? Are you with this portal? Uh-oh. He was talking before, right?
Yeah, you and I were talking.
I know he's having sound issues with Discord. Let me see. Well, did you guys talk about what he's going to do?
We did not.
Oh, well, that's not good. In the absence of his orders, what would your orders for him be?
Sure. So I would have Portuguese, Spanish troops, and the cavalry continue east and then south to pursue the retreating French around that corner. The Spanish at the rear of that line because I don't know where they need to go yet. Bring his 2 batteries up to our current position so they can fire down the French line. Sorry, I hadn't thought that through.
Well, I don't know why you hadn't thought through another commander's orders. Okay, thank
I don't even think they're my own chickens.
All right, General Hill. The battle continues in your sector, mostly an artillery duel still. However, you do see your cavalry does break the enemy cavalry unit, but they are quickly countercharged by multiple enemy cavalry and artillery and infantry units, and they quickly break themselves. Luckily, they managed to flee back across the ford to your side, and the enemy seems to have stopped, content not to chase them, but to see them flee. You did receive a light brigade excuse me, sent from Wellington from the north. Actually, I'm not sure why he came, but it was sent to you. So I don't know if you have a dispatch talking about it or what, but he's here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are unfazed by the little details. So they're broken. I could see that they're just spent, right?
Yeah, they won't be. They might reform by the wagons, and can do something again in an hour from now.
Okay, well, I'll just send the courier to them. Say, you guys get yourself together, get back here as soon as you able. Immediately upon seeing that, I will tell the Portuguese reserves that's right in front of me to shift down and cover the artillery. I don't want my artillery getting charged by that cavalry.
Okay.
Continue to move the guns up, form that grand battery. And we'll just continue doing this turkey shooting. Aim for the cavalry. If they can't hit cavalry, hit that artillery.
Got it. Thank you. All right. What's happening in the south? I guess they're just falling back mostly.
Yes.
Are these cavalry still here to be shot at?
Nope, they're screening them withdraw.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So probably,
they'd still get shot at as they go, so I'm gonna give them a little
love
something,
tap.
something. Little artillery love tap. Okay, and then oh my gosh. Let's see. These guys would form square, but they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble. Alright, so we got artillery. Cavalry charge him. Let's see, they're gonna capture those guns. They're charging them. And yeah, they're gonna be dead. Yeah, they're gonna dead. It's just a question of how much do they do back. Which is a little bit.
Consolation prize.
Which means the reserves would be concerned.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yep, might break all of Wellington's. Alright, let's do artillery. Let's see.
Time for the magical rolls.
Now that's getting high. Oops. Alright, let's see. Then we still got artillery shooting. Oh, that's already all breaking, so it's kind of moot. Oh, and then their artillery shooting up here. Ooh, ouch. So we got some enfilade fire. Double enfilade with canister. That guy's broken. Let him shoot at him. And he's shooting. Okay. Think combat in the north is done.
I think so as well. We want to move that guy or
Which guy?
the Portuguese guy that just broke.
Oh no, you can leave him there. We'll move him next turn.
I mean, half of his rank is probably gone, so.
Yep. Alright, it is now 1300. I got 3 are co-located now. It gets easier and easier. I only gotta do 2 screenshots.
And meanwhile, every one of mine is no longer co-located. Oh, I forgot to move the supply wagons. Oh well. Nobody needs to know.
Nobody. They got stuck on something.
Exactly. There. Zion, he's in the thick of it, so he can't barely see anything.
Well, who's that? Rayleigh? He's doing a good job delaying.
Yep.
I mean, his cavalry's taking hits, but it's slowing
That's-
him down a lot.
Can't just pretend like nothing's gonna happen.
Alright, I'm gonna go. Portal, you,
It's going
is working
well.
yet for you, Portal?
I'm here.
Alright, good. So, Wellington rides up north and joins you above your lovely view spot, where you can see the battle, heavy fighting going on to your south. Graham's troops form in a column and are marching eastward, led by the cavalry. Cole's cavalry are resting. His infantry move to push the crossing, but his 4th Division Portuguese Brigade falls under heavy fire, especially for enfilade fire from artillery, and they break. There's a grand artillery duel going on to the south, and then further south of that, it's really far away. I mean, it's over a mile away, but it looks like French cavalry have charged on what is Wellington's right flank and starting to roll it up. You can see some of your guns on the hill getting overrun, and more French infantry following up behind the cavalry.
Where's Hill?
Well,
Yeah.
what am I to do, sir?
Continue around the flank. I mean, it's difficult to really tell because the map isn't great. But I think if we just keep moving east, we should be able to capture the main road that they can get out on, which is what the British did historically and why they captured all the French guns. So,
I make one suggestion.
yeah.
Graham, you should keep your Spaniards here. I don't think there's room to deploy 12 battalions over there anyway. And I know it looks grim,
I'll be
but
back.
Sean Mac, we're
Alright, General Hill. The enemy is retreating. They have moved off the hill and are fleeing eastward. Your artillery gets some good shots on them as they flee, landing devastating blows into the midst of their cavalry, but they are disappearing over the next hill. As the smoke clears from their own firing, you can see the next ridge over, which is taller. It looks like the enemy's already set up there with more guns again, fresh batteries. What are your orders?
Awesome. I will advance the left line. That'll be the redcoats and their reserves. They're to secure that hill that's in front of them. I will swing the southern Portuguese around. They will secure position on the other side of the bank as well. And then I'll advance the guns along with the Spaniards behind the guns. per formation right now.
You got it.
And the cavalry and me will just, linger behind in tow along with the supply train and the broken cavalry,
Yep. Okay. Thank you. All right, I'm back for orders.
I put mine in my channel.
What kind of trickery is this? Continue around the lake. All right. Do you want your cavalry, if they have the chance to charge, or just stick with the infantry?
Absolutely. Now is the time for action.
Okay. Are you going with them,
Your
or
guns are still in here.
Yes.
with the cavalry, or with everything? Or...
With the cavalry, of course. Front of the line.
Got it. Everything going.
The Spanish are going to stay behind for
Okay.
now.
Are they forming line behind the hill or on the hill, or?
Yeah, on the hill.
And his guns are staying too, right?
Yeah, the guns are staying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will ride back south to rally my units. And we will launch a counterattack against those cavalry that have charged with the reserve.
Okay. And Cole?
My 2 squadrons of light cavalry at 3 disruption just north of my guns. They're going to move to the south side of my guns and do one of 2 things. Attack cavalry coming at my guns, or charge cavalry in the flank if they hit any of Wellington's units.
Got it. And you?
I'm going to stay right where I am because this hill's beautiful. At the crossing, the Portuguese get out of there. Somebody else get in there. And my other 2 squadrons of cavalry up north, I'm going to detach and put under Graham's control. So the lifeguards and the dragoons, Graham, those are yours now.
Got it. All right, thank you.
Playing the musical chairs, huh?
Oh, I was trying to catch him.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Maybe you could write me. You could tell me why would you defend on a streamline as opposed to a ridge that's right in. Oh, yeah, never mind. So take my guard units up onto the ridge, kind of where the cavalry are congregating, and form a line there.
Facing north or
facing
west?
Well, that's a damn good question, because as there's a core up there, God knows what that's doing now. So that's facing it west, so that this line can fall back behind it when it breaks. And I'm going to go effectively to the kind of north, to where the part of the vision, the edge of what I can see now, just see what I can see to the north, and see if we can actually see any British units up there. And hopefully my cavalry continue to come back to this position. When my cavalry arrives, which is coming this way, just tell them to come to me. So yes, a form a line, kind of in between the 2 cavalry units there, they are facing west, and then go from there.
Facing between the 2 cavalry units.
Yeah, that kind of area, whatever, just roughly that area to form a defensive line, whatever you fancy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got you.
See what I mean? Cool.
Yep. Anything for your Spanish troops?
Oh yeah, they'll be part of it, because they're all that's all the guard units are all the same, aren't they? So just those 5 units with the artillery all together.
I would never. I would.
Yeah, I'm being generous by calling them guard. Got to keep the spirits up. They're trying hard.
All right. Cheers. I gotta make up for lost time.
Okay. Any ideas, James, why someone would defend to get on the rear streamline rather than staying on the ridge?
It's funner that way. I don't know.
Sorry?
It's more fun that way.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's on the stream? I haven't been paying attention to the French.
Well,
Kazan.
the Gazan, he was a bit fixated on defend the stream. I think actually we were planning. I said, well, no, don't do that. Why would you do that? But he's done it anyway. Hey ho. See how it goes. How's life for you? Okay.
Doing good. It's actually going pretty well for only 2.5 umpires.
Good.
Let's see. Forgot it wasn't in the Umpire channel.
Yeah, you're keeping me around there.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So I did all the combat along the line. Oh, I gotta do that cavalry attack. Luckily, very few lancers are for. That's broken. Let's see, that's 3, 4. That's 1. That's broken, and that's 3. Alright, I think I did it all.
I think so as well. I'm gonna move up the wagons a bit.
So now it is. Let's see, they're all separate.
Last trans. Don't worry about it.
1320.
Okay. it's good when the French commander in chief sends a rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Why do you do that?
Oh, because he thought the British were about to flank him exactly where they're about to flank him.
That's funny. So predictable. Alright, I'm going down. Alright, General Cole, from your viewpoint, you can see Graham lead a cavalry charge to your east, and it seems to be going well so far. They crash into the French cavalry and turn them, but you do see additional, reserves beyond them. Below you in the valley, your infantry reserves move up to the line. They're taking a lot of pretty bad canister shot, but they are breaking a French unit. Further south, you can see Wellington racing to the hill where he leads his reserves in a countercharge. A lot of fierce fighting over there. It's a bit of a mess and hard to tell exactly what's going on.
Relatively simple orders. I have inherited the Spanish infantry. So the battery will face directly south. Yeah, I'm going to get enfiladed. That's fine. All 4 batteries face south. Scary stuff's coming.
Okay.
The infantry at the crossing, the French infantry in front of them have broken it, correct?
Yep.
Okay. They're all 4 going to charge.
Okay.
I want the gun. The Spanish infantry are going to advance and take the place of the charging British infantry. And I'm going to stay on my hill.
Got it. Thank you. Alright, General Graham. You are gifted some of Cole's cavalry, and together with the 4 squadrons race south into the French cavalry who happen to be on the hill that way. You charge into them bravely and manage to break them. They turn and flee southward. But you can see they've got more infantry and artillery at hand nearby. Your infantry is marching as quick as they can behind you to catch up. What are your orders?
Are there any like supply trains or artillery that I think I could get to without being shot at?
Nope, not really. I mean, you got that artillery to the west, I guess you could go for.
Yeah, let's do that. Get the one at the west.
Okay, what about your infantry?
Move in and aggressively attack the French.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, General Wellington.
Yep. Hello?
Sorry, I was reading something. Okay, so you race southward, take command of your reserves, and order them to countercharge. They do manage to break a unit of dragoons, but more than half the force you were commanding is breaking, both from the fighting to the east and from the heavy flank attack to the south. If there is good news, you can see the French to the east are falling back. Some of Cole's cavalry attack southward but are broken. They're already not fully recovered. It's not looking great.
We will continue to try to hold the line here.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. Just continue to try to be defensive and hold off the French push. I'll start like rallying units and stuff.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me. All right, sorry about that. So you continue, your men move across the stream and head east up to the next ridge. As your infantry crest the ridge, they come under heavy artillery fire, with the vanguard units taking some losses. You can hear a lot of artillery fire. Besides the battle to the front of you, there's a lot of fighting going on somewhere very far to the north. But what are your orders?
All right, we're gonna have to spice things up a little bit. So, I want the red coats to start forming up as soon as they hit the bank, and they are going to advance on that position. Obviously, keep that brigade of Portuguese as their reserve. Form up the guns on that ridge line, and they're free to open fire on whatever they can hit.
Okay.
The Spaniards, I want them to shift more south, and the southern Portuguese, that's on my right flank, are to form up and advance in line with the redcoats.
Okay.
Obviously, me and the cavalry units, along with the supply chain, shall move up.
Okay.
Yeah. They want to give us ground, we shall take it.
Got it. Thank you.
I forgot to move here. That's not.
Are all the French moved up in the north?
Joubert seems to think the battle is over, which is very interesting.
Really? Like, has
Yep.
any lost?
Yep. He thinks, what is it? G guy? Oh my god, I can't remember. his name.
Kazan.
He thinks Kazan screwed him over.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, Jordan thinks the battle is over. He won.
No,
That he
thinks
lost.
What's this cavalry here doing? Or what would
You
know what?
charging.
Would it? No,
I think it wouldn't.
have it all. It'll fall back with this cavalry. And
Everything else is running away. So
do you want to do combat starting over here, and I'll start the
Yeah.
other direction, and we'll meet. In the middle?
yeah. Here it is. Oh my god, I gotta remember the rules.
In the south, are they just charging in? Or are they firing volleys? Or
Who's charging?
Over here. Is it as it shows?
Oh, that's south. Yes.
Like, is this?
Orders were to focus the enemy infantry. That was basically it.
All right, we'll just go with it.
We'll just go with it.
I'll go with whatever I think makes sense. 3, 4. Yeah, it's gonna be 3, and then 2 artillery. Ooh, not looking good. That's gonna break. It's just a question of how much damage they do. It's a general route. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that unit's routing.
Four shots. What are our canister rules?
Just add +2 to the die attack, or +1. +2 probably.
I missed.
You wasted.
I don't know how you missed canister. So
shoot too high, shoot too soon. I don't know.
oh my god, nobody can hit anything over here. Okay.
Yeah, I just rolled really.
Amateurs.
All right, well, how far did you get? Because I just got to here.
I did this area.
Oh, okay. Then we're good.
I will move up the wagons.
So the British flank here, this is all broken basically. They're
Damn.
all just running.
Chief is gonna have a field day with that one.
Okay. So it's now 1340.
Sure don't think the battle is lost while Chief is just dominating.
Yep.
Alright, so well.
Oh my god, yeah, what the hell? He's barely taking any losses.
It's had a few units break, but
Chief is gonna slaughter every single British man there, bro.
British.
let's see, where's Hill?
On a hill.
Hill's on a hill.
Ah! Oh, now the Spanish are going to flank in the south. That's interesting. Real was worried the Portuguese were going to try and flank in the south, and so he moved a bit to try and stop him. And then the British just charged him, so he went back to his line. And now the Spanish are doing what he thought they were going to do. Layers, people, layers. Okay, here. Basically got saved by your two buddies.
Hill, Wellington.
I need.
Alright, I'm going. General Wellington, it is a black day. You yell encouraging words to your men, but it's not enough. Soon the entire line is breaking and fleeing north. You're swept up in the wave, unable to stop it, with the French chasing after you. A few artillery guns remain trying to stem the tide, firing southward, but otherwise it's complete chaos all around you.
I will try to rally as many men as possible and form an improvised defensive line.
All right. Oh crap, I knew this was gonna happen.
What?
I'm getting the Portuguese confused with the French.
Oh no.
It's alright, I figured it out. Alright, thank you. General Graham. Alright, so you turn west, head downhill, and slam into the back of the unsuspecting artillerymen just as Cole's infantry attack them from the other side. You meet in the middle and absolutely decimate them, capturing all the guns. Your infantry behind you deploys on the hill and is battling the French there, and you are getting shot at from the south, but Cole's infantry are streaming across the forward and forming line and fighting with them. As you look further westward across to the next ridge, it looks like Wellington's division is having a rough time of it and may be entirely broken and fleeing. What are your orders? Oh, I can't hear you again. If you can hear me, put them in your channel. If not, I will do the best I can. Your cavalry's probably tired now and needs to rest anyway, so they'll probably just reform where they're at. Okay. Let's see. Alright, General Cole. So, your infantry stream across the ford. The first wave take some unfortunate canister shot, but the artillery is also assailed from the rear by Graham's cavalry, and between the infantry and cavalry you make quick work of the guns and the artillerymen, cutting them down and capturing all the guns. So your 4th division has established a bridgehead and is fighting the French across the stream. You can see on the hill to the east, Graham's infantry deploying and fighting. Unfortunately, to the south, it looks like Wellington's division is broken and fleeing entirely.
Okay. So, does Wellington have any units still under command there, or is it just my batteries?
That aren't broken? I think it's just your batteries.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't think that if I pack up my guns, I think the cavalry will just run me over.
Yep.
So their orders are fire canister. Don't particularly care what color uniforms are in front of them, just fire the canister. 3 division. I'm sorry. That's it for the guns. Over east of the river, the unit on my right, immediately adjacent to the French guns by the river, I want them to charge those guns. I want the rest of my infantry to line up and shoot.
Wait, say that one
Whatever
more
they
time.
want.
That last one.
I want the rest of my infantry to line up and shoot whatever they want.
Okay. No, the one before that. What'd you say?
The infantry unit on my right. It's the
The Spanish.
westernmost. No, I'm sorry. It's the westmost British infantry that's on the east bank of the river. They're right next to a French battery at 3 disruption. They themselves are at 2.
Hold on, I gotta look at
But
your
I can't
screenshot.
Sure, I can't make out quite what they are.
Okay.
They're on my right of the bridgehead. I want them to charge those guns at the corner. Rather than stand under canister.
Oh, I see. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Okay.
Sure. And the last piece is going to be 1 Spanish battalion is going to cross the river and reinforce this position. The other 4 are going to line up and block the crossing southwest for when inevitably when that goes to heck.
Okay. You got it.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm stealing Graham's guns.
Okay. All right, General Hill. So your division advances, deploys on the banks, and is taking very heavy fire, canister shot, and musket fire from the opposite bank. The enemy's more on a ridge and hill than you are, and it's hurting. Men are falling quickly. Your guns do get up to the ridge and are just about in position to start firing. What are your orders?
I want my guns to focus on artillery.
Okay.
And I want my infantry to keep up the good fight. I also want to send a courier to direct my Spaniards to outflank their position from the south.
Got it.
I guess I have to give my cavalry a bit more time in the back. So the 1 unit I have with me, I just want him to keep his eyes open for a countercharge if need be.
Got it. Thank you. So much fighting.
Whew. Okay. You...
Oof. Hill's getting hurt.
Well, he is. I don't know what he's doing.
He's just pushing.
The British aren't communicating at all.
Well, they were
Interesting.
co-located for a while, a turn. So Hill's like cut off from the rest. It's, it's 2 different battles. Hill's having his own little. All right.
Hill has no idea what's going on in Wellington's lines.
Yep. If you want to work from the right to the left, I'll work
Yep,
left.
I
right.
was about to suggest it.
We will see what happens. That's. Oof. That worked out well. Kinda.
Missing.
You know what? Let's have something. No. He's just captured. Wellington's captured.
Ha! No way.
Oh, sad.
What are these guys?
So Gazan and Jordan lost, but Darlon saved the day and captured Wellington to win it for the French. And Hill is doing Hill things.
Alright, we got some guns shooting. Oof.
Like these guys are shooting. Range.
far are you?
Right here.
Okay, I just got to these two, so
Oh, we had a French unit over here. What happened to
oh,
that?
that was French?
Yep.
No, it was Portuguese. Wait, French. I should have labeled them. This 6th Division, 1st Brigade, I think that's a British division.
There was a French unit over here that was specifically ordered to move over
Oh,
here,
then
and I did that.
hold on. Let me undo what I did then.
Gosh dang it,
That's
James.
a good move.
Yeah,
Alright.
I was impressed.
They're doing some, well, in that case, these guys are going to face them.
Have you moved the wagons yet? Otherwise, I'll move.
I did a little bit. You can move them further if you want.
Just a wee bit. It doesn't matter at this point, I don't think.
Let's see. These guys would deploy, I think, more. A little bit more shooting. That's... Alright. Is there anything that needs cleaning up? They just broke. They're sitting there.
These guys probably could. I think they've been out for a couple
If they're
turns.
not moving and sitting there, make sure to dial back their disruption. These ones I just did, so
These ones?
yeah, they were broken before.
I haven't exactly been. Okay. We have way too many die.
No such thing. Okay. 11, 19. We got time for maybe 1, maybe 2 more turns. It is 13, 1400. Wellington's capture. That's pretty devastating.
That is pretty interesting, you mean?
Alright, let's see.
What turn is it?
1400.
1400? Definitely have not gotten that wrong.
I really liked this map. I don't like, yeah, I mean, I've said it, super grainy, but the terrain of it's super good for fighting. Makes me,
Yeah.
makes me want to clean it up and do it again. Alright, cool.
Man, Wellington captured,
God.
his entire command destroyed.
Gazan can finally get. Joubert can finally rant to Gazan about his poor placement because they're co-located.
Oh,
Bro, dear Lone saved the day. Good on going, Chief.
alright, gonna do the updates. It is a darker day. General Wellington has been captured. You rallied a unit and ordered them to stand their ground, and they did fire several volleys combined with some artillery, but it was too little too late, and as the line broke once again, you were surrounded by French infantry and then captured by dragoons as you attempted to flee. You're now the French prisoner.
Okay.
So I don't need orders from you, but
Yeah.
I might Well, it's gonna be over soon, so we'll probably
Okay.
probably end it this next turn. All right, General Graham, can you talk now? Or can I
I
hear you?
believe so.
Yes. All right. So I had to do stuff for you. Your cavalry was basically tired from their double charges, so they just kind of reformed. You can see your infantry on the hill to the east are heavily engaged. Lots of fighting to the south with some of Cole's infantry. The French have a fairly strong line, though they do look a little beat up. To the west, Wellington doesn't seem to be doing well on that ridge. What are your orders? You there, Portal?
I'm here.
What are your orders?
Let's stop the outright aggressive advance and keeps going in just a little bit slower.
Okay. What about you and your cavalry? Or the cavalry?
Let's start scouring the battlefield a little bit for some enemy soldiers. Form of Star Tribune, like a local paper.
Do what?
Like a local paper. So go somewhere and wait around a little bit.
Okay. Thank you. Alright. Lieutenant Cole, from your vantage on the hill, it looks to be a dark day.
I can see it
You
down
can
there.
see Wellington has been captured by French dragoons. So that whole flank is gone and done.
So lobby.
The rest of the fight's going okay, but
All right. Well, as Field Marshal Cole, then I have orders. You can do the spiel if you want. I don't see a way out, but I know how happily I want to die.
wait, so what are your orders?
Oh, okay. So I'm just making sure there wasn't more. I don't think I need more. I think that is the synopsis. I'm going to bring 2 Spanish battalions, they're currently west of the river, east of the river, and reinforce this attack. Graham's 2 batteries are to fire south at anything coming up from our flank in support of the 2 Spanish and 1 Portuguese battalion defending that crossing. The light cavalry up there to my northwest will charge anything that comes near them for disruption or need.
All right.
I'd like to move west of the river in support of that attack. And the last contingency I have, you can absolutely veto. If the cavalry under Graham do not charge, I'm going to scream at them to charge anyway. He can be mad at me. But if they receive orders, I do nothing.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Wait, where'd Sean? Did he leave?
He's probably in a French co-location.
He's not, though.
Oh no.
I think he left. Uh-oh.
F chat.
Things have taken a turn.
Yeah, it's not going well. You're taking a lot of heavy fire. The enemy's just in a really good position and has more artillery than you. And more infantry at the moment, since your Spaniards are making a flanking march. What are your orders?
I will put the reserve Portuguese in my position, and I will have the main line fall back behind the guns, while I attempt to make sure I'm rallying people, because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna about break doing this maneuver, and they're still getting fired at. I'll send a courier to all my cavalry. I want all 3 units to pincer maneuver that cavalry I see in our rear.
Okay.
And then they're just going to swing on their line. But I want this main line behind the guns because I'm pretty sure they're getting raked up like that from canister, right? So, yeah, let's not do that.
Okay.
It'll be foolhardy of me to lose my my numbers advantage. But yeah, that's the orders.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Wellington received a dispatch right before Darlon was with him, so Darlon intercepted it and he has the courier in custody.
Okay. Good thinking. Alright. What? What on earth? Wait, hold on. Something bad just happened. Where'd they go? Did you delete them?
I did, in fact, accidentally delete them.
Okay, let's rewind time. Hold on, we can fix it.
Okay.
How long ago did you delete them?
Like
Oh, crap.
10 seconds before you noticed it.
Okay, hold on. It shouldn't be too bad then. Come on. How much did we do?
I'm sorry.
It happens.
I saw that and I was like taking orders at the exact time and I was like,
Rewind 91 seconds. Yes, we'll try that. Don't click anything else. We gotta.
my hands
There it
are off
is.
the
Okay.
keyboard.
Did you like back them down or something? How'd that happen? Oh, you're like. So they're like up here. Okay. I gotta redo
You
this.
good?
Yeah, I gotta redo the combat, but we're fine.
Also, oh, I think you figured it out. There was some unit we had like acting as like a French unit here, and that was actually like a Portuguese.
Yeah, that's alright. Change my mind. Oh, so they're falling back.
Yep.
Well, this guy'd probably fall back too, right? I don't think
Probably.
probably would.
Doesn't get stabbed first.
I don't think they'd move that far back. Because to disengage and fall back and then move
You're
kinda
not wrong.
line formation, it'd be like 2 maybe. So you can kind of just show them in the act of running away.
You mean heroically advancing in the wrong direction.
So I think generally you did a really good job. It seemed like your units moved a little bit faster than I probably would have done. So just some feedback.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's,
I didn't exactly brush up on the rules beforehand like I
That's
did for
fine.
Bornadino.
Well, it's the same rules, but it just seemed like everything's moving quicker.
Oh yeah, I forgot all of them.
It's all right. All right. I think. What would yeah, they'd hold. All right. Let's bring everyone to the lobby. Oh, to the lobby. All right. Welcome, everyone. All right, as is my new tradition, which isn't my tradition. I think I got it from.
This game had more plot twist than a Korean drama film. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So let's start with. We're missing Wellington. He'll be back in a second. But let's ask Jordan. Do you think you're winning or losing? Arp.
Probably, based on the position now, winning.
Okay.
Or at least we're going to get the camp. We're going to get the wagon train away. But I don't know what's happened to the north. Who knows? I've got no idea.
All right. Classic Kriegsspiel. Let me share my screen.
Wellington's here.
Hey, Wellington. Oh, sorry, I
Yeah,
shared my screen already. Well, I know what Wellington would say. So,
Well, yeah.
let me illustrate what happened and where we are at. So, Wellington chose a pretty historical approach. So he had Graham attacking, moving here. Cole, I'm all disoriented now. Where'd you come from? This way. Cole came this way. Wellington came this way, I think. And then Hill was all the way down here, coming this way. The French had a defense in depth, with cavalry posted. I'm trying to remember now. I think they were here to start, and then falling back here. Lots of line there. Line here with cavalry scouts ahead, and then initial cavalry line, and then an infantry line, and several lines. So anyway, French deployment was pretty good defense in depth, good cavalry deployment to see where the enemy is coming from. The British advanced. They had an initial, I'd say, advantage in this area where the two divisions were more concentrated. Graham, I think he had orders too. Well, I guess we'll go in your thing, but he held here for a long time, just trading artillery fire, not really pushing hard. Hill pretty much advanced as fast as he could go, and he was facing really, I don't know how to say that in French, who did a really good job of holding as long as he needed to, then falling back to the next ridge, holding, and then falling back to the next ridge. So, I mean, he had casualties as he did so, but basically, effectively, forced Hill to fight very slowly over 3 miles for a 3-hour period. And towards the end there, Hill's actually getting really beat up. He's falling back, gonna have to recover, but that last fight was not great for Hill. So Relay did a good job there. Hill did a good job pushing and advancing. I mean, he did his job. Just that last point was pretty tough. In the north, so we had two battles basically: the hill versus relay battle and the northern battle with everyone else. You can see the end state. So Wellington's division formed up here. Graham was formed up here with his guns here and cavalry here, and then, or that was Cole. I don't remember who I just said. And then Graham ended up doing this flanking attack here, and that went pretty well. But the turn that Wellington went north away from his division to talk with everyone was the turn that d'Erlon did a pretty hard flank attack on his right and ended up basically sweeping up his whole flank, taking out Wellington's division and then capturing Wellington in the end. Cole was doing pretty good in the center. He made it across, captured guns, but you can see at the end state the French have a fairly decent line. Cole still has Graham's Spanish division, which are fresh, but so they'll be able to hold, but they won't be able to push, I don't think. And then Graham's doing a pretty hard push here, but we got fairly fresh French line here. They're outnumbered, but you got French cavalry coming on the flank, so questionable how that ends up. But I think the British attack, especially with news of the Wellington capture, will stymie. The French will be able to hold, and of course their wagons are making it safely, not being captured as they were historically. So I'm calling it a French victory, and definitely better than historical, whereas a French defeat. So very well done, fought by the French. I know at many points in times the French did not think they were winning, and they did take a lot of losses. I mean, they were outnumbered, but they did a good job with their positioning. And the British overall did pretty well too. They coordinated a lot in the north. Just that devastating flank attack on Wellington when he wasn't there to. He did come back to countercharge, but it was too little, too late. That was just pretty devastating over there, and that ended up deciding the battle. So it was really fun. For one, I know the map is grainy, and I didn't like that aspect, but I really loved the terrain of it with all the rivers and roads and hills and ridges. Probably one of my favorite maps in that regard, and it made the battle a lot of fun too. Really appreciate Kermit and Chinleaf for helping umpire. It went really well for just 2.5 umpires. We had 4 people each, and I think we had a pretty good pace for it. So Kermit did an awesome job for his side. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let the umpires say what they saw that was fun, and then we'll go down the list with the players.
Yep, so I did the French side, which is why their, shall we say, updates were a bit slower and their movements might have been a bit faster. Yeah, I don't really know what all to say. James pretty much covered all of it. There was a fair bit of controversy about Gazan's decision to move up to this riverbank instead of actually just holding on the ridge. And but at the end of the day, it might have helped with d'Orléans' attack. We don't know. Something I did love was the, shall we say, mind games going on in the south between Rio and Hill, where Hill sent some Portuguese troops down here when Rio was holding here, and so Rio, when he fell back to his next line, he sent a force down here to check, but the Portuguese troops went back up, and so Rio went back to his main line, and then like the next turn, Hill had his Spanish troops sneaking around, and then Rio sent another cavalry force back over here and discovered that flank. So that was funny. And then also the supply wagons. It was really funny when Jobert on like turn 4 just happened to be riding past Vitoria, and he spotted the giant wagon train and was like, "Ah, shit! I forgot to order those to move." But I think the French players did really well with their coordinating. They had fantastic positional play and awareness. I don't really know if any decisions they made were critically wrong. I think they all made good decisions. They were able to respond. It was pretty impressive.
Even my charge at the end.
Even your charge at the end. That was hilarious. In my
Fantastic,
opinion.
fantastic.
All right. It's not Kriegsspiel if you don't charge on the last turn. So, all right. Thank you, Chinleaf. Any funny observations from you handling all the dispatches?
My statement is this is the most realistic Spanish battle I've ever seen in Kriegsspiel because this was chaos all around. And Jordan, thank you for sending some 4 dispatches every single turn.
You're welcome.
It's not ARP if he's not sending dispatches.
I totally forgot to mention that like halfway through the game, Jobert found out that Gazan was being pushed on the river line and like just downright said, "I think this game's over."
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I got
Yeah, my dispatch was like, yeah, it's pretty bad in the north. Just have some fun. And then I went to go have some fun, and then I got the dispatch that you see in After Party.
That was the turn I captured Wellington too. I was like, huh.
Yeah, your attack was going really, really well, so I couldn't really see that. It just looked bad from my position.
It made me panic. Anyway.
All right. Thanks, Leaf. So we'll go just top to bottom, working down. So the Comte de Erlon.
I'll consider this a redemption for my completely failed flanking attack as Jackson in James's Civil War operational game. Because I launched a huge flanking attack in that game and I ended up losing. But I guess the reverse is here. There's a lot of luck with the timing, especially with Wellington. I think he did leave at one point. And I was really worried I was going to run out of steam because my command was the smallest of the 3 French, I guess, armies, corps, whatever you want to call them. So I was really worried. But thankfully, Gazan's troops sort of held a lot of the British pinned on the river while I just rolled up the flank gradually. But it's very good game to my comrades and a well-fought battle to my opponents. And thank you to the umpires, as always.
All right.
You're so kind.
Relay.
Oh, I'm just happy I got to order the charge. At one point Kermit was like, or I told Kermit, I just got a dispatch from my commander to secure the line of retreat, and I was like, well, I think I'm going to honor the letter, but maybe not the spirit of that. And I sent one unit of pretty devastated cavalry to go secure the ridge to pave the way for my withdrawal.
This was his securing the rear force right there, which had arrived the previous turn after reforming from being routed.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they would have been able to hold off the combined coalition forces if we had to retreat, right? But yeah, I was not usually in a situation where I have to play the defense, so that's always fun. Did better than I usually do, so happy with that. And then I got to turn it into an attack, so I'm also happy with that.
All right. All right.
Good job.
Gazan, the controversial French general of the day. Defend yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, why do I have to fight 3 corps? Like, originally I thought I had to fight just. Actually, I thought Graham was Hill for some reason, but